China's president is spending the weekend in the U.S., where he's holding high-level meetings with President Barack Obama. Today is their final day of official talks. It's a meet-and-greet gathering of sorts for the newly installed Chinese leader, but also an opportunity for the two world leaders to iron out some of their own differences. Our China correspondent Paul Johnson joins us now from Beijing with more on this. Paul.
Randine, this is now unquestionably the world's most important nation-to-nation relationship. The United States and China, the world's #1 and #2 economies, an established superpower and an emerging one. For China's new leader, Xi Jinping, this is by far his most important foreign summit since completing the process of taking over power just a couple of months ago. And the location of where this is happening is telling for what they're hoping the outcome is going to be. Often, Chinese visits to the United States would take place at the White House with all of the protocol and pomp and circumstance that a state visit demands. This one, though, is in California, in kind of an out-of-the-way place, allowing the two leaders to bond and to get to know each other personally. This is obviously going to be a critical relationship for both of them in the next few years. For the most part, the China-U.S. relationship has been working lately, with the exception of a few irritants. The United States has been unhappy. They say China has been sponsoring cyber attacks against their government and corporate computers. China denies that. And China, on the other hand, is very suspicious about President Obama's new policy of a strategic and military pivot to Asia. They think that this is a means of trying to contain and possibly manage China's rise in the world. One thing that's new on this trip is the presence of China's new First Lady, Peng Liyuan, who's a folk singer and famous here in China in her own right. On her first couple of foreign trips that she's made as First Lady, she's really made a splash with her elegance and her fashion. And with China at a point where they're trying to establish themselves as having soft power, not just military and economic power, having a First Lady like this could really be a big help.